Nos wife tha. Good evening. I've still got a bit of my health to worry about. So I did record another video. I'm recording it mostly with this camera here. It's an old camera, which is why I've been recording a lot of B-roll, because it's not always in focus. I've got to get this done. I might sell that camera behind me to help get a better setup. I'm using a webcam, as you can probably tell. I've got this camera as well. Nice little thing. I tried setting up this. However, I'm having issues with the software because I switched over to a new editing program. The life of trying to be a YouTuber and provide videos for you. But things are getting better. I'm Benjamin Angwin, and I've got something different for you today. I am working on a video about Welsh, comparing it to a Southeast European language, which that's most of the way done, but I can't get it done right now, and I've got my health to worry about. So I thought tonight I'd talk with you about something that's important in Welsh history at the moment, and in wider British history, and the wider Western civilization, the struggle over it that we're facing at the moment. And that's showing up in our electoral polling and the probable government that Wales is going to get. Sorry. I'll talk a bit slower. So I want you to look at this on the screen now. I'll put it up. This is a regular polling that goes out. And this worries me a bit. Now, 12 years ago, certainly, I would have been jumping for joy at this, seeing Plaid Cymru at the lead horse position. But I've changed my views on things, which you should as you grow older. You should always change, and not always, but if you're the same man you were at 22 as you are at 42, you wasted 20 years of your life. I mean, if you still believe in the same things. Anyway, so we've got Plaid Cymru, the Welsh nationalists, even though they're not really nationalists. I'll get to that in a minute. In the lead. But they're not quite enough to form a majority in our Senate, in our Parliament. Then you've got Reform, who are the English nationalists, who are not really English nationalists. I'll get to that in a minute. Who have really swung way up out of not nothing. They've got backing, financial backing. Labour, who have ruled for over a century, are just plunging. I consider that good, but it's also bad, because it's causing a vacuum that these two are fighting over. Then the Conservatives, which at some periods have been a voice of reason, others just materialistic. They're going way down. Those two, Labour and Conservatives, are kind of like the parties of the 20th century. And then you've got the one that I'm actually most worried about, the Greens, which is, I'll get to that in a minute, up to 5 potentially. You don't see it on the map here, these different colors, because we're moving into a new voting system, which is a party ballot. So you don't actually choose the people. The party does. I mean, it's completely anti-democratic. I mean, I vote for the person. I don't vote for the party. And so it's giving the parties much more control over who's actually representing you than you are. Then you've got the Liberals at 1, which is kind of what they usually do. Now, I brought up 2 points here. Why do I not feel like I'm belonging in this? And why are these two parties definitely not nationalists? So let's start with Plaid Cymru, which may end up forming the next government with some help from their friends. I get high with little help from my friends. Is that how it goes? But they essentially want an independent state to be a province within a globalized international community. They're into this global community, global citizenship kind of thing, which is like, do you really want independence then? They're big into luxury beliefs and identity issues. You know, my big thing is they're anti-Zionist, like full on. Well, not as full on as I'll get to them in a minute, the Greens, but they're they're in the same bucket as Sinn Féin, which is I'm not comfortable with that, and they're not nationalists because they're socialists basically, and they want international agencies over national sovereignty. Reform, they're died as English nationalists, like DYED, not died, but died. They're cast as English nationalists, but what they are actually is they're Thatcherites. They're neoliberals, they're financiers, buccaneers, basically economic pirates is what they are. That's not English nationalism. And now there are a few in Reform who are English nationalists, which gives me hope. But the Reform leadership led by Farage are just they're Thatcherites, which I don't really have any interest in because that's the 20th century. It's got nothing to do with us. You know, it's the same thing with socialism of the Labour Party. Those are 20th century ideas. I'm not really interested. But they're coming in second here, Reform, because people are just tired of the same old, and they're getting a lot of Welsh votes because Welsh people are tired of the left-leaning establishment. It's just, I wish we had a different option. But you see, they're not nationalists, them nor Plaid. It's post-war. It's after the post-war era. Well, in the post-war era, you had this consensus of economic liberalism and social liberalism. And that's all we're seeing. We're seeing a battle between economic liberalism and social liberalism. And I don't see any genuine change coming out of that. It's just the same old battle from the 1960s, rehashed and reformed into the present day. There's a tinge of something new, which offers me hope, in that it's nationalist, as in patriotically Western, versus anti-nationalist globalism and anti-nation statism, which I think that's good, that we need to fight that, but Plaid Cymru have chosen, they've come out and said endless migration is fine, a nation of sanctuary. They have just yesterday, Bethan Said, I think, she clearly was boycotting kosher products that Jews need to eat, and now she's coming out and promoting halal products that Muslims need to eat. It's like, well, you can't have both. You can't have one without the other. That's bias. You either support both the Jewish community and the Muslim community. You can't just go for one and then say that you're attacking the other, which is what the left are doing. And I'm worried about that because there are a lot of extremists coming into Britain, and eventually it's going to come into Wales, which is what we're seeing with the Greens, actually. I'm much more concerned with that than any of this. They are essentially an Islamo-Marxist party. They have people yelling Allahu Akbar on the steps of city halls, which is like an 8th century war chant that hundreds of thousands of people, that was the last thing they heard before their throats were slit. That's it. That's what Allahu Akbar is. It's horrifying that the leftists in the Green Party are aligning themselves with us. And they've basically won a lot of their vote off of anti-Zionism, which frightens me, frankly. The liberals, I mean, I hope they do a bit, but they're basically the suburban, well-to-do, slightly socially open vote. They're kind of like the Tories, but urban and nice. It shows a lot of the demography of Wales, too, because we don't have nice, posh, leafy suburbs, except in Cardiff, really, which is where the Liberals tend to do well in a certain part, and Powys, which is like the Valhalla of Wales. But I'm not going to back an anti-nationalist global citizenship type party in Plaid Cymru which hates Israel and all forms of the ethnic states. That to me is just pure hatred now. And no, I mean, there's a lot of good people in Plaid Cymru, I will say that. And I agree with them on the Welsh language. But after their reaction to 7th of October, I'll never back Plaid Cymru ever again. There's just no chance. But I'm not going to vote or back reform without the clearest, most passionate statement, and not just words but deeds, showing that they are going to support our Senedd and our Welsh language, which I could see them backing the existence of our Welsh Senedd merely to gain power, which, fair enough, I'll go with that. But even if that, they're not going to support our Welsh language, which I'm not cool with. You have to support our language. So there's not much of a future in Wales as far as I'm concerned politically, and I'm a political animal in some ways. But it's more than that. It's showing the social attitudes, the cultural views within our country. And I don't know what future that has for me. If those are the two main camps that we're going into, like this anti-nationalist turn Wales into a province of the global progressive empire, I don't want that. Or sell out Wales to the buccaneers and privateers, masking themselves as fake English nationalists who really just want to profit, even at the expense of England. I mean, I doubt they're even going to stop this mass migration from the third world. They don't care. They just want to profit. So I can't back either Plaid Cymru or reform at the moment, which is sad, because that looks like it's the future of this country. And so I'm stuck with a difficult choice, and the choice of this channel. Welsh society is changing. So where does that put me? I don't feel like I belong here anymore. And yet, I have nowhere clear that I'm gonna go. I don't have anywhere else that feels like home at the moment. I'm in Wales. I've invested a long time in this country. Much of this channel is devoted to this country and this language. So I just want to put that question out there. Where is Wales headed? Because this in Plaid Cymru, that's not Welsh nationalism. That's globalism. That's solidarity with every single group that they can put out just to spite nativists in the West and the ideas of the nation state and our traditions. And this in reform, that's not English nationalism. If it was actual English nationalism, I could probably get a bit behind it, but that's just financial piracy. They don't care about anything except money. And I'm more conservative than Nigel Farage because he's a socially liberal, financially minded boomer. He just cares about GDP, not God. So I'm not going to back him. So where do we go? I don't know. I'm going to use this channel, and you'll see it slowly. I'm going to use this channel to explore. Where am I going? I've been looking a lot at the American War of Independence. Just how I view the current government in Britain, Starmer and the Labour Party. I just want a war of independence against them. It's just, they're that stifling and petty. And I've been looking at Zionist history and the languages that contributed to the resurgence of Zionism. So, German, Yiddish, English. Romanian had a lot, so did Russian, and of course, Hebrew and Arabic. So I'm interested in those languages. Français, bien sûr. I should get some rest. I've got to work tomorrow. But let me know what you think. Where's this country headed? Where does someone who is not a globalist progressive and someone who is not a financial pirate leaning towards England, where does someone who doesn't fit in either of those two camps go? Diolch yn fawr iawn am wylio. We'll see you next time.